Hello, this is Todd Walters, and I want to frame this video for you right here, this section anyway, of this demonstration of the Millionaire Agent platform. So if I could set this up. Now that you have a pretty good idea of what this platform is, does, and all about, let's talk about lead generation in and of itself and how leads are generated and how they get from, say, out there in your marketplace to on your customized Millionaire Agent platform lead generation website. So let me reiterate, the Millionaire Agent platform, the CP Millionaire Agent platform powered by Commissions Inc. is very exclusive and very proprietary, as you've noticed and have you witnessed. But I'm sure questions remain on how it works. So let's start with the very beginning in terms of prospects looking for houses and how they end up on your custom website. Now, one of the first things that happens though, as an agent, when you onboard at our real estate company, within a couple of days, you're going to talk to our tech team at our technology partners office, Commissions Inc. You're going to talk to them, and they're going to interview you. And they're going to take down all of your criteria for your perfect prospect, the perfect buyer, the perfect seller. They're going to interview you. They're going to take those words that you give them, and they're going to use those words to create a marketing campaign so that when these buyers and sellers that are your perfect buyers and sellers go online to look for real estate, they're going to see the ads with your words in them. And they're going to be attracted to those because they're built for them, for those prospects. They're going to click on those ads and they're going to end up on your website. Okay? So let's take a look at how that works, and then we'll keep moving through this demonstration of the CP Millionaire Agent platform powered by Sync. Okay, I have here on my computer screen a Google search. So let's talk about how buyers, for example, are generated. High quality, low quality, all that kind of stuff. So listen really close. This should be very informative for you. Now, when you, as a real estate agent, talk to a buyer for the very first time, the conversation, very first conversation, the conversation probably goes something like this. Hey, buyer, so why don't you tell me what it is you're looking for? And the buyer tells you, well, I want a 5-bedroom, 4.5-bath brick home in Alpharetta, Georgia. No, I want to be in Kimball Farms subdivision. And I want the house to have a 3-car garage and a finished basement, and my wife wants this, and my kids want that, and I want this. So the buyer's very descriptive in his search when you're talking to them. But understand they didn't start out that way in the very beginning of their home search. Okay? They're a little more wishy-washy. They're like, okay, I think I want to live in Alpharetta maybe. And that's kind of where it starts. So I want you to think about the evolution of a prospect that way. You would tell me that your definition of a high quality prospect is one that would call you and say, I want this and this and this and this and this. Can you help me? Okay. But remember, that same prospect started out looking for a home with a lot more, how should I say this, general search criteria than specific. I think I want to live in Alpharetta or stay in Alpharetta when I get ready to buy a house, for example. Not really sure of the price range. I think I want to be around 500,000, maybe 550, maybe 450. I don't know, right? They start general. So that's why most lead generation systems just aren't very good, and why a lot of the leads that you might be getting now, if you're not using our platform, you're not real happy with. Let's think about it. See, when a buyer goes online to look for homes, they type into the search bar, and you can see it right here. They type in the search bar. When they're early in the process looking for homes, like Alpharetta, Georgia real estate, Alpharetta, Georgia homes for sale, Alpharetta, Georgia foreclosures, and things like that. And when a buyer types those kinds of things into their search bar, they get results, search results, sort of like you see on the screen right here. In companies that you buy leads from or that generate leads for you for the most part, that's the kind of leads that you get. That's why you probably have an upside down smile when it comes to getting leads from most lead generation companies if you do it that way, because they can generate those kinds of leads in mass. There's lots of those kinds of leads, but there are very few buyers that are ready to buy a house today. Lots and lots and lots of buyers that aren't quite ready to buy today. Very, 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 very few buyers are ready to buy today, right? The ones that are ready to buy today would be the ones that have the more specific home buying criteria. So there you go. So how can you generate more of those specific home buyers? Those ones that are more likely, closer to making a move? Well, I got to be honest with you, it's very difficult because you have to compete with people like me, companies like mine, and Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com and other things like that. It's very, very expensive and difficult to compete. I'm just saying you don't need to if you're using our platform. Remember, the Google is simply the classified ads online. So all these ads that I used to run offline to sell hundreds of homes a year, all we did was take those ads and put them online, okay? And we plug into those ads the words, what we call the AdWords, that match what it is the buyers are looking for. So your keywords are the description that the buyer would type into the search bar on Google. And the AdWords are the words that match the keywords that the buyer's typing in. And the better the match, the more likely it is the buyer's going to click on that ad. And if it's your ad, then it lands on your website. Okay, so you understand that. That's not necessarily anything new probably for you. So let me repeat how it works. Within about 3 days of you onboarding at our real estate company, you're interviewed by our technology team at our technology partners office, and they get from you the perfect buyer, okay? Perfect seller, all that description, the area, the price range, schools, neighborhoods, and all those great things that you believe are important, okay, for you in terms of getting the right prospect. They take those words, they plug them into our ads, they take those words, they turn them into keywords, and they manage for you this online marketing campaign, okay? Then we work together, we establish a marketing budget, and that marketing budget is used to fund this marketing campaign. So for example, if you're spending a couple of $100 on this one particular marketing campaign, then you could generate anywhere from 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 prospects. Now, this system is so good. Let me give you some quick statistics, and then we're going to look at some of how this actually works, okay? The leads you can expect from this platform, doing it this way using our platform, well, let's just say that the buyers, a third of them come pre-qualified. They're 30% above the market area price point, and around a third of the buyers have a house to sell. So I would consider that to be very high quality leads. Surely you know that it would be impossible for me, Todd Walters, sell hundreds of homes a year with my real estate sales team, 400 to 500 homes a year, with low quality prospects and leads that we couldn't convert to sales. Surely you know that. So yes, so now you've kind of gotten the backstage tour of how we do things from a scientific level based on years and years and years of testing, research, hundreds of thousands of dollars spent to get to this point here so that you can get super high quality leads without really doing anything, okay? Just having a quick interview, describing the perfect buyer and seller that you want. They set up your custom website. and marketing campaign, and then you get the leads. You like that? I do. So let's pretend that you're a buyer and you go to Google and you type into the search bar, brick home for sale in 30022. That would be a pretty specific search. Not very specific, but for the purpose of this demonstration, it works. So when you type that in, you click search. These are all basically search results, ads that show up here, okay? And the buyer, you in this circumstance, would select the ads that best represent what it is that you're looking for, okay? Just because they're search results doesn't mean they best represent what it is that you're looking for. And you can see search results from Zillow, from Trulia, from Realtor.com, from a couple of real estate companies that are local. But you can also see some of the sites that we own, okay, that we own. You know, here's one, and there's one there, there's one down at the bottom, and there's like 4 or 5 in here. So again, it's very difficult for the average real estate agent to compete with how we do things here. All right. So let's look at, let's click on one of these ads and see what happens from the buyer's perspective. So let's say that this ad here represents the what I was typing into my search criteria as a buyer better than anything else. I click on the ad, okay, and it lands on a particular landing page that matches what I'm looking for. Now, let's stop there, okay? What you're looking at right here would be the home page, okay? This is a home page. Now, what I mean by home page, I meant like the home page of a website, but that's not where the buyer traffic or the seller traffic is driven. The traffic is driven directly to the landing page that best represents what the prospect is looking for. In most lead generation websites, it's not. It's driven to a home page. For example, if you go to, let's say, I'm driving by your for sale sign, and I look at your for sale sign, and on your for sale sign it says toddwalters.com. Okay, well, that's a website, according to the prospect, about Todd Walters versus a website for the actual prospect. Okay, well, that's not how we do things. So when a buyer clicks on one of the ads, it drives them to the landing page that matches exactly what they're looking for. And here's some more things that you want to be interested in and should know, is that there's no mention here of the real estate agent. It's not that that it's not disclosed, okay? It is. You can see down here in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a logo and USP there, okay? But the reality of it is that you want to generate the leads first and then brand them. Generate leads, then brand them. Generate leads, then brand them. So this is called less branded marketing. We also generate leads through branded marketing means, but that's a different demonstration at a different time, okay? So buyer goes online, searches for properties, sees your ad, click, boom, land on the page that best represents what they're looking for, and that's where we are right now, okay? So the buyer has access to the properties that match what they're looking for. And then quite easily, they say, ooh, I like this house here, click, and then, of course, that's when we begin the exchange. Okay, so let's talk about the exchange. Exchange is critical for lead generation, for your business overall. If there's not an exchange, then you can't get prospects. So what do I mean by exchange? Here's how it works. You're going to provide the prospect with information in exchange for their information. And if they're not willing to give you their information, then you're not going to get a lead. You will never get a lead. Never works that way. So the idea here, or the strategy is, and we've proven it, is that if your information is good enough, high valued enough, they'll give up their information to get what they want. If it's not, then they won't give up their information, okay, to get what they want, because again, it's just not, there's not enough value in it, so they just move on, okay? All right, so this is what happens, okay? Prospect wants information on this home. You can kind of see it grayed out there behind them, but they've got to give up their information first, so that's pretty easy. They just type in their information. Let's use, I'm going to use Dana's name because I'm probably already in here. as a prospect, okay? All right, and of course, Dana's phone number. Now, here's the way this works. If I was to put in an invalid email address, okay, or an invalid phone number, guess what would happen? Right, it wouldn't let me past this point here, okay? It just wouldn't. I'd click continue my search, right? But I would run into a problem in terms of being able to move forward, okay? Now look what happens. Right, so I'm being asked other questions. This is what we call qualifying. We're qualifying the lead. The lead basically is qualifying themselves. When you're generating hundreds of leads a month, how do you know who to call back when? Well, the prospect will tell you if you ask the right questions, and that's what's going on here. So the prospect just clicks in. If you've been pre-qualified for a mortgage, you'd want to know that, right? Remember, a third of the leads or so have already been pre-qualified for a mortgage that come to this site. Are you a first-time home buyer? Let's say no. Within how many units do you want to buy? Let's say 3 to 6. Do you have a house to sell? Let's say yes. Okay. And boom, click confirm. Now, now comes the patented DISC concept. See, we train all of the agents at our real estate company, all the team leaders and the outside sales agents on selling to people the way they want to be sold to. Selling to people they want to be sold to using and understanding the DISC personal concept. You've probably heard of it. I'm a high D, high I. So if it were me, if I were the buyer filling this out, I would probably want smoking hot home deals and distressed properties along with beautiful homes in popular communities. If it's high S personality, they may want more information. A high C personality, they want comprehensive data about the property. So based on the question they answer will dictate the type of personality they are within about 85% accuracy, okay? And if I indicated I have a house to sell, so we take a shot at asking them if they'd like to know what their house is worth. I'm just going to click no thanks, okay? And then we take another search at their cell phone number, even though we've already gotten a phone number. This just allows the opportunity to verify additional information from the prospect. Now the prospect has access to the property, all the homes, and can search your way, okay? Scroll through the photos and, of course, get all the information that they could possibly ever dream about any particular house, ask questions about it, request a showing, and all those kind of stuff. But bottom line is you got the lead. Now, what's really cool here and why this system is so superior to anything else out there, so good that it brought me out of retirement to launch this real estate company for real estate agents who want to grow a super profitable real estate sales team, is that it acts as a detective. So every time the buyer, listen really close, every time a prospect clicks on a house, okay, and looks at properties, the system is building out an automated search criteria for the prospect. So whether they're saving properties or not, it doesn't matter. Every time a buyer clicks on a property, the system recognizes those properties and begins to build out, again, a buyer profile for the prospect. Now what happens is the prospect leaves, they go away after looking at properties, but every day from now on, the buyer is going to get an email of properties that match their home buying criteria automatically without them doing anything. And of course, that keeps them coming right back to your site. Let's take a look at what one of those property, what we call property alerts looks like. Okay, so I went to my inbox here and I registered a while back as a prospect looking for homes. I was just shopping some of the agents at Optimus Real Estate Brokers, shopping the marketing systems, registered as a buyer. So I'm getting properties sent to me. I'm getting properties sent to me from different property search sites from the agents at our company that I've registered on. This is an example of one. An email that come through, properties we thought you might like. Here's some newly matched properties from Kenya, who's an agent there at Optimus. You can see now this is branded. See, the lead is generated, and now it's branded. And of course, it just sends over the properties, click view details, and it takes us back right into the property search site to look for houses. This is how the buyer experience works. Okay, and I can search away, go back and look at more homes and enjoy the process of looking for houses without any pressure. So now you have a really good idea of how leads are generated. And of course, all the leads end up in your contact management system in the control panel, the CRM of this Millionaire Agent platform. And that's kind of what you're looking at right now. I went ahead and logged in as one of the agents at Optimus into their platform. And that's what we're looking at right here. This is the overview. We'll call that the dashboard of their control panel. Okay, so, but I wanted to show you something here. If you can look here, you can see this particular agent. They have over 20,000 leads. Okay, and they're getting somewhere between 300 and 400 new leads every month. That's quite a bit, would you say? Like how many homes could you sell if you're getting 300 to 400 leads a month? Like, you could probably do pretty well. It'd be difficult to fail. You just have to pick up the phone and call the leads. So, but that's how that works. So before I turn it over to one of the staff members at our technology company to run through what the CRM does in a general sense, let me just show you one thing real fast. I'm going to sort these leads by last login date. So let's go ahead and put 100 leads on the page, and I'm going to sort by last login. Now, what does that mean? That means the prospects logging in, and it happens automatically, right? They just click on the house and they're automatically logged back into their own little space there to look for houses. But it tells us on the control panel what they're doing. So check this out, right? This lead here, and this is great. They actually first registered on the site, okay, 1,263 days ago. They've been on the site 688 times. They're last logged in 16 minutes ago. They're looking for a house for $219,000 in Beaufort. Now, obviously, Pat here is, they're not quite ready to buy. They keep using the site, though, to look for homes, right? Let's look at another one. This person down here, Anne Marie, they registered on the property search site 2 days ago, looking for a low-end house in Smyrna area. They want to buy in 1 to 3 months. Their last login was 46 minutes ago, okay? But here's one here. 3 days ago registered, looking for a $369,000 house in Canton. And of course, they logged in 5 minutes ago. This lead was manually added by the agent. Now, let's look at a few others here. All right, here's one here. This lead right here registered 513 days ago in the system. They're past their time frame to buy, and they last logged in 1 hour ago. Okay, now this is 20,000 leads. Some of them registered 2 years ago, okay, because this site's been around a long time, and some of them are on right now looking for houses, brand new leads. So, and the site tells you who you should be calling back. Like think about it. If this person here's Ron here is ready to buy now, his time frame to buy is now. He's looking for a $3.5 million house in Atlanta, Georgia. He last logged into the system 47 minutes ago. He registered 182 days ago. He's been on 12 times. What do you think? Do you think I should be calling Ron? Yes. So that gives you an idea of what we call stick. People register and they keep coming back, using the system to look for homes. So let's turn it over to one of the staff members at our technology company, and let's let them give you a nice overview of this contact management system now that you have a really good idea of the superiority of how it works. Thank you.